Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss simple block diagram making from electrical circuit. Now in this uh, in the screen you are getting a system which is having certain parameters and it is actually constitute a electrical circuit. Okay. Now what we are going to do, we are going to get the block diagram of this electrical circuit. We know how to get the transfer function from electrical circuit. Now today we are going to discuss how to get the block diagram from this electrical circuit. Now what I want to mention, if you are doing a block diagram, if you want to draw a block diagram from an electrical circuit, what thing you have to, what is the measure you will take? First, I will advise you to we know that in electrical circuit we can use KCL or we can use KVL. If we use KVL, we will take this mesh, we will take the loop current here and loop current here, and we will get the equation in form of Kirchhoff's voltage law, or we can get the quantities, similar quantities in form of Kirchhoff's current law also. Now I advise you always try to prefer the Kirchhoff's current law, because it will helpful if you want to get the block diagram from an electrical circuit. Why? Because what we get in Kirchhoff's current law, we get the branch quantity. Suppose if this branch is first branch, there is a value EI. Okay, so what is EI? EI is nothing but potential difference between this node and this node. We know voltage is nothing but potential difference. So this value is the reference. When we get the potential, we always get the voltage with respect to a reference value. Generally, we consider it as ground. So this is the datum level. Okay, so consider this whole line is nothing but in ground potential. That means it is at 0 voltage. So this node voltage, each and every node, only single node is here. So this is a node. This is the datum node or ground node. Now what is here? Here that means this is the value EI. So definitely it is EI and it is 0. So this potential or voltage is nothing but EI. Similarly, when there is a current flowing through this path, as it is a continuous path, naturally current will flow. So this is the branch current flowing through this R1 and L1. Now consider this current flowing through this particular branch as I1. Okay. Now this current is flowing through this branch. Now at this point, due to the voltage drop of here, for R1 and L1, there is a voltage drop. Naturally, the potential EI will not be here. It will be something different value. Now, so this is actually constituting another node. So the second node voltage we are getting here is, consider, suppose it is as EA. Okay, so that means the voltage drop across this point, this is nothing but 0 voltage, so this is EA. Okay, and now what is happening here? As there are two branches, naturally current will follow this path as well as this path. Now consider this as I2 and consider this as I3. Understood? Now, as I3 is flowing through this branch, naturally there will be certain voltage drop. So, this potential will definitely differ from EA. So, what is this potential? We are getting from the question that at this point it is E0. As there is no voltage dropping element here, definitely this is also E0. That means this node voltage is also E0T. This voltage is EIT and this voltage is EAT. Okay. And what is the current? Current cannot flow through this branch because it is open circuit. So current will follow this path. And what will be the current flowing through this path? It is nothing but I3. So if you go for Kirchhoff's current law, you will get each and every element, each and every nodal voltage and each of every current through the branches. Okay, so that is why it will actually easier to, because in block diagram also we need to consider all the circuit parameters or the components, circuit components along with the circuit components. We need to consider this all voltages and currents. So if you consider if you consider this way, it will be easier for you to draw the block diagram. That is why I am advising you always use KCL. Always use KCL whenever you are trying to draw a block diagram from the circuit. Understood? Now, I am coming to the second part. What is the second part? As I have taken all the elements, I have taken what is the current or node voltage can happen to this circuit, possible voltages and currents in the circuit of this circuit. So I will now try to write the equations for them. Okay, so first try to write the equation. I am trying to write this equation EI. So here the value is I1. So what is I1? Actually, what is difference between EI and EA? This is basically the drop by this current I1. So I can write that EIT minus EAT will be equal to I1 into R1 plus L1 dI1 dt. So this is my first equation. Okay, so this is my first equation. So now I have taken this equation. Now I am getting to the point EA. Now here I can consider that I1 current is branched into two parts. That means I1 is basically, so this is my first equation. Now I am going for the second one. Here I get that I1 is branched into two parts. That means I1 is equal to I2 plus I3. Or I can write in this fashion too, that I2 T is equal to I1T minus I3T. In this way I also can write. So I got the second equation, which is nothing but equation of current. Now at this point EA, what is EA? EAT. The third equation, EAT, is nothing but this voltage drop. So it will be I2 1 upon C integration of I2 dt. So this will be my third equation. Now what will be the fourth one? So consider this branch. This is the fourth branch. So here there is voltage difference. What is voltage difference? What is the voltage difference? The voltage difference is EA T minus E0 T is equal to, it is I I3. So it will be L2 di3 dt. So this will be my fourth equation. Okay. Now what is the branch left? Only this branch is left. So what is the fifth equation? The fifth equation is nothing but a voltage equation E0t. So what is E0t? It is nothing but I3t. This will be T as we have considered. So these all will be T. So I3t into R2. So it will be R2 into I3t. So this is my fifth equation. Do you think anything is left? No. We have used all the components of the circuit in form of voltage or current. Okay. So all these five equations. Now the next part. So we have used this in form of KCL. That means we have used all the branch quantities, and then we have written all the possible equations of each and every branch. Understood? So we have written all these equations. Now what is the next part? The next part is we have to take all the Laplace transform of these equations. Okay, so first consider the first equation. Just let me clear so that you can understand. Let me clear this. So I am taking only the first one, and I am taking the Laplace transform of the first equation. Okay. So Laplace transform of the first equation. So the Laplace transform of first equation, I am getting this, and from here I can get the current. So what if I take the Laplace transform of this equation, it will be EIS minus EAS. This will be equal to I1S R1 plus, we know derivative means S. Okay, S into IS. So it will be L1 into S into I1S. Okay, so this is the Laplace transform of this equation. Now from here I can able to get the value of I1S. So I1S is nothing but EIS minus EAS divided by R1 plus SL1. So this is I1. Understood? This is I1. Okay. So now what was our second equation? Our second equation was that we have written that I2. So what is, okay, now one thing, if I want to draw this, what we are getting, if I want to draw it in form of block diagram, how I will draw this? Here EI and EA, so it means this is my EI, and this is my EA. Okay, if there is a plus or minus sign, we have to take a comparator block. So this is my comparator block. So what is coming here? Here coming is EI minus EA. Now if I divide this with 1 upon R1 plus SL1, if I divide this EI minus EAS, I cannot divide here, so I am writing it in form of multiplication into 1 upon R1 plus SL1. So what it will give us? It will give us I1S. So in the right hand side I will get I1S from this block. Understood? Okay, next. If you remember, the second equation that we have written was I2 t, that is equal to I1t minus I3t. Okay, now if I transform it in form of Laplace domain, what it will be? I2s will be I1s minus I3s. So if I want to implement this part in this block, how can I do that? I can only do that. There is another comparator over here. So I have I1. So I am taking a comparator block over here. I1 is having plus sign and I am taking here a minus sign and I am giving here a I3 block. Okay, I3 signal. So what is coming from here? Here I1 minus I3 is coming. So next it will be if, so here what I am getting that it will be basically here I am getting I1 minus I3s. Now if you can remember the third equation, what we have written in the third equation? We have written in the third equation that EAT is equal to 1 by C integration of I to t dt. That was my third equation. So if I get the Laplace of this equation, what I can find? EAS will be 1 S C I 2 S. That means this I1 minus I3 is nothing but I2. So I am getting here, instead of this, I can write, instead of I1 minus I3, I can write here I2. Okay. So instead of this, I can write here I2. S. Now this, if I divide this I2s with SC value, that means if I multiply I2 with 1 by SC value, I will get nothing but EAS. So here I will get EAS. Okay. Okay, now what I have to do, I have to draw it again because I don't have space. So okay, now what I am going to do, so we have considered that we got 3 equations and we have drawn the block diagram also up to that point. Now if I go for the next equation, that is the fourth equation, what we have written in the fourth equation? If you remember, we have written that the fourth equation is EAT minus E0t, that was equal to L2 di3t dt. Okay, so if I want to get the Laplace of it, what I get? EAS minus E0s equal to L2s I3s. Okay, so basically what I am getting? I am getting I3s is equal to EAS minus E0s divided by S into L2. Understood? Okay. Now, if you think that we have reached up to the point in our block diagram, if you remember, we have reached up to the point where we get that I2, we have divided the I2, or we have multiplied I2 with 1 upon SC, and from that point we got the value of EA. Okay, so we have reached up to the point of EAS. Now here also there is another comparator. So that means after that previous part, there are the parts of the block diagram that we have written initially. So here EAS plus, here it is E0S. Okay, so now we are taking E0S is in the negative sign, and if I multiply this ES minus E0S with 1 upon SL2, what we will find? We will find here I3S. Okay, so now if I go for the, so we have come up to fourth equation. So the last equation was, if you remember, the last equation on the last branch, okay, and that was basically on E0 and relation of I3, and it was E0T, and the last equation was E0T is equal to I3T into R2. This was the equation. So if I take the Laplace transform of this equation, we will get E0S, and here we will get R2 I3S. So now from here we can able to get E0 from I3. So here I3 is present. Now if I multiply R2 with I3, what the value I will get here? I will get here E0S. So I will put this E0 here. So if you want, I am showing you the overall block diagram. The overall block diagram is just like this. The overall block diagram of that particular circuit we have drawn initially will be like this. So our overall, first I draw the overall diagram, that is like initially I have EIS. So this EIS initially it will be fed to a comparator block, and in this section there is a E0S. And here if I divide these with 1 upon R1 plus R1 plus SL1, here I will get nothing but I1S. Now I1S, it is put to a second comparator block. Here we are getting here I3S. Okay, and if so these two basically giving us I2S, and if I multiply this I2S with 1 upon SC, I am getting what? I am getting EAS. So here I was getting EAS. So this is my EAS, and here there is a comparator block again because there is a E0 required. So here if I multiply it with 1 upon SL2, I am getting here nothing but I3S. Now I3 is here also, so I can just put this I3 here. In the feedback path, I3 is coming to this comparator. Now after I3, if I multiply it with R2, I am getting here E0S, that is the output voltage. Now E0 is present here, so I can also take this in the feedback path, so it is coming to this comparator. Now here also I am getting this was EA. Okay, so I am getting EA here, so I can also get this. So here it was EA, so this is the overall block diagram, that particular circuit. So what was that circuit? The circuit was, there was a resistance here, it is EIT, there is a inductance of L1 and there is a resistance of R1, there is a capacitance of C, there is a inductance in the second loop, that is L2, and there is a resistance R2, and the last thing is nothing but E0T. Okay. So this is the circuit and this is the circuit's block diagram. So in this way we can able to get the block diagram of any electrical circuit. Hope you have understood. Thank you.